Today on the grid, we're doing live critiques of our viewers' portfolio websites. Erik the Kuna Man Kuna is here. We have a special new product launch. And as always, we're giving away some cool prizes to some folks who are watching us live. And it all starts in just 60 seconds. The grid is brought to you by Tamron. Check out their 28 to 75 millimeter f2.8 lens. It's for Sony full-frame mirrorless. It's awesome. Go to tamron-usa.com. And ProPhoto, the light shaping company. Check out the ProPhoto B1X, powered all the right places. Go to prophoto.com/US. And Platypod, the tripod alternative that is changing the world. Everybody has a Platypod. You should too. Go to platypod.com. Hey everybody. Sorry. 5-2. We had a count in that went 5, 4, 2, 1, go. So we were just kind of missed some numbers. We're supposed to have all the numbers. But anyway, we're glad you're here. Welcome to the grid. I'm Scott Kelby. Joining me as always, Mr. Erik Kuna.
Hey Scott, how's it going?
The Kuna Man Kuna. I don't know what that means, the Kuna Man.
It is what it is.
But I do call you that sometimes.
Yes, you do.
So that's what it is. Anyway, we have a really cool show today. Today, our show, we are doing website portfolio critiques. We have asked our viewers to send in their website. We're not critiquing your photography. We are critiquing the design and layout of the site that you show your photography on, your portfolio site. Yeah. So that's what we're doing today, and we've got a whole bunch, way more than we could possibly cover in any one show, but that's coming up today. We have some important stuff. I've got it's my first product ever. I'm releasing a product. So I partnered with some folks on this, and I have my first ever product. I've never made like a thing.
Yes, and it's so it's a lighting thing, right?
It is. It's in here. It's in this box. It's this right here. It's in this box. You know what it is?
Nice box.
All right, so I got to tell you what it is.
What's in the box?
I can't tell you until I tell you this. All right, so here's what the story is. So I'll tell you how it came about, and then you'll understand. So I'd been at a workshop, and I came home at the end of the day, and I'm talking to my wife. She's like, well, how'd the workshop go? And well, I mean, it went well, but I said, it was kind of a bit of a calamity, as like flash and lighting workshops often are, because mostly because of the technology. Everyone's messing with their flash and their light, and they can't get it to fire. And what channel am I supposed to be on? What do groups do? It was just such a mess. It really was kind of. I'm like, I said, it's sad because no one ever gets to the point where they're really working with light. They're messing with technology. And I said, they don't have a plan. They don't know what they're trying to achieve. They're just trying to get their lights to work. And I said, you know what it is? If you don't understand light, even if you get your light working and it all fires, you don't know what to do with it. I said, it would be like building a house where there's no plans and someone hands you a bunch of planks of wood and you just go, okay, I'll just start nailing them together. And I said, it was kind of like that. And I go, so I tell my wife, I said, you know what it is? If people could understand lighting before they bought lighting, like before you bought a flash, before you bought your stuff, if you knew what you were trying to achieve, that when you got your flash, you would know what to do, or you got your strobe or whatever it is. And I'm like, people just need something. I said, I wish as an educator, I had like a small light that I could hold and just show people, here's loop lighting, here's split lighting, here's this, here's that, and just teach people. So then when they finally got a light, that they would have it. It would accelerate their learning by such a big way. So I'm telling my wife all this, and she goes, why don't you invent that? And I'm like, because I don't know how to make lights. She goes, you know people that make lights though, right? And I went, yeah. And I said, but this would have to be like real small and easy and battery powered and all that. And she goes, who makes stuff like that? Westcott. Why don't you ask Westcott? So I did. I talked to them and they were like, this is great. It's a tool for educators. It's a tool for students. And it's not lighting. It's the light you buy before you buy your lighting.
It's the light to learn about it.
Right. And that's why it's called the learning light. And this is it right here. It comes in this little box. And this is it. This is the learning light. And I'll tell you what it does real briefly. It's kind of cool. It has a switch on top, one for daylight and one for tungsten. So it's either one. You can turn on daylight there. You can see the light there. One for daylight or one for tungsten. So you can understand the difference between the two. It has a harsh, mean, angry light, right? So it has hard light. It has a diffused soft light. It has a Fresnel type spotlight. And then in the back, we have a holder where we put a bunch of gobos. So you can understand the concepts of gobos, putting light behind your subject that makes patterns, putting light in front of your subject that makes patterns and stuff. And that's the whole thing. It is only 5 watts of light. It's not designed to actually be a light.
It's a way to learn light.
It's the way to learn light. That's why it's called the learning light. So it's the light you buy before you buy lighting.
It has a little mount on the bottom too.
Has a mount on the bottom so you can put it on a tripod. So you can. But what this is really for? It's for educators.
Yeah.
I would see like in a university classroom or a workshop or something where you're talking and teaching light using this, and then you hand it to 2 students and they can learn from each other. It really is, it's for educators, it's for students. And I want to make it clear, this is not a light. So well, I think I already have a lighter. This is the light you use before you buy a light. So that's what this is about. It just got launched today. I'm very excited about it. The few educators that have seen it have been like, this is what we've been waiting for. This is awesome. Where do we get them? So I was very excited to learn about that, that when educators hear about it, they totally go, this is what I need. And you know what, the battery powered, it's not crazy batteries here or there. And I got to give Westcott, the people at Westcott, I gave them a little idea. And you guys have seen here on the grid, Erik Egley. Erik was the guy that like developed this with me. Oh my gosh, so many of his ideas are in here and are great. But the batteries are just AA batteries. They're just AA regular old batteries. You don't have to buy special crazy batteries. A little switch back here. It opens it up. They're regular batteries that regular people use in real life.
Yeah.
I hate it when you get something you have to go to
like
CVS and you got to look for a 2120. You're like, no, it's just 2 AA's. Anyway, I'm very excited. It's brand new. Here's where you can go find more. I've got a little URL here on screen. So that's it. If you go to bit.ly/learninglight. So that's it. See, look at that. Graham said, would love that at my training days. Is it available in the UK? Well, it is through Westcott.
Yeah.
But it'll be at B&H, I think maybe later this week. And
yeah, I think all the vendors were getting it, yeah.
Yeah, so people are just getting it. And anyway, I'm very excited about it. I've never created a thing. And I want to also give credit to Calibra because she was the one that said, you know, you really ought to just do that. But anyway, it's kind of neat. And I think when you play with it, you're like, dang, this is really cool.
Yeah, it's very simple to use.
I also made a class on it. So I made a class and I'm releasing it to KelbyOne first, KelbyOne members first, which tells you, it actually shows you
the uses
like
of it.
The uses of it.
How to learn, or like what it teaches you to learn.
Yeah, and it's kind of talking to both educators and students. Like, you know, because I'm explaining the different lighting patterns and how to achieve them and what looks good and what looks bad. Anyway, that's it. It comes in a cute little case.
Yeah.
And it's cheap. So it's all good. I don't know what the price is. I have to go look it up. I have to go to their website because we agreed on the price like a year ago. You don't know how long it has been, but they were really cool. I'm like, this can't be $200. This can't be some expensive thing. It's actually relatively inexpensive, I think. No, I'm pretty sure it is. But I'm so pleased with working with them. They were really just they're really great. Yeah, $89, $89.90. So it's priced right, and it's again. Educators and students, it's for you. Okay, well, look at nice. They got a nice webpage for it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Apparently, I came up with the idea, and then my head exploded after that. There it is. And we're launching a class on KelbyOne to show people
class is
how to
up
use
on
it.
KelbyOne.
It's on. Oh, it's up.
It's on.
See, Erik's been helping too.
Yeah.
All Erik's help on this.
If you buy the learning light, you get access to the class as well. So.
Well, there you go.
Yeah. There you are.
Hey, that's me with fancy colored lights behind me. All right. Anyway, there you go. It explains it all there, different light patterns and all that. Yeah, they did a great job. I love working with Westcott. They're such great people and hardworking. Midwestern, hardworking people. Okay. You got some shout outs, bro?
Oh, yeah. We got tons of people in the chat today. So we've got Jackie Kramer saying hello from St. Augustine. We got Canal saying hello from Texas. Daryl, we got Daryl Hendricks from Maine, and then we got Daryl Tompkins saying from greetings from Baltimore.
Baltimore.
And then Steve Bowers in there saying greetings from Panama City, Florida. So I got to stop there because I haven't told you this story yet. And I got a story for you. So we're doing website critiques today, right?
Yes, we are.
And really what we're trying to do here is it's really to help people, right?
Not really.
Yeah. Well, no, it really is.
Oh, yes. Okay, yes.
It isn't April Fool's anymore. But anyways, we actually critiqued Steve Bowers' pictures the other day. You remember this picture that I have up on screen?
Oh, yes.
Yes? So Steve contacted me this weekend, and Steve said, I want to take it off the screen. I'll get the quote. So go back to me. Go back to me. There you go.
Go back to Eric.
Steve said, he contacted me and said, Eric, just wanted to let you know that folks watching the grid, listening to the photo critiques, recently you and Scott critiqued 3 of my images, and it wasn't a pleasant experience.
Oh.
Well, when I started off, and I was like, oh, great.
Oh,
awesome.
no.
But he said, not because what you and Scott said, but because I realized that I needed to work on my photography, and I was just getting lazy. So Steve contacted me and said, hey, I went to that same location. Check out my photo based on your critiques. So here is the photo he got this weekend.
Aha!
See, so he went from this, where we were saying, well, the horizon's a little kind of wonky.
Well, the colors are nice there. The sky
nice,
was beautiful there.
But you and I both said, I wonder what it would look like if you were down right on that dock leading towards the horizon.
Oh, and it's got a nice long exposure.
Long exposure.
Now, if he goes back and gets that same sky with that composition,
yes. But that's the thing is now, so that's why
but I'm proud of him.
But this is why we do the critiques, right?
Right, that's good.
It's not to trash anybody. It's not to put anybody down. It really is to look at this and say, hey, because we all need that in life. We all need those critiques to go, well, I wonder if you did this, or I wonder if you did that.
Now,
Steve, good on him to actually go do it.
I'm just saying this, Steve. So everybody else tune out. This is a private message to Steve if he's watching. Steve, take the sky from the first photo and put it in the second photo. You'll have an unbelievable
You're gonna
shot.
open up a whole can of worms here now.
That is a good topic.
Yes.
Anyway,
that's a good topic. We'll write that one down.
We'll write that one down. Okay. Yeah. Anyway, but I'm proud of him.
Yeah, that was really cool. When I got that this weekend, I was like, yes, that's what it's about.
Because he nailed the composition on this.
It's
the sky just isn't as awesome as it was.
It wasn't, but actually, I think I saw him post because now I'm following Steve because he's got some cool stuff. I'm pretty sure Steve has been working that bridge like crazy. Yeah, so he got this one the other day, too.
Oh, see, that's even better. I like that even better. Yeah.
So that one.
His post is better on this one, too. Yeah.
So he's working it.
I love that bridge.
Yeah.
It's the leading line example that teachers want to use in a classroom.
Yeah, he's working it. So good on you.
Good job, Steve.
Yep. Well, we have Cheeky Nando. Obviously Cheeky Nando. And Mike's mom, hello from Georgia. And then Sue saying hello from LA. Rose, all the way from the cold New Zealand today, which she's on the different,
Southern Hemisphere kind of thing.
Hemisphere, yeah. And then Karen saying hello from Lexington, Kentucky, ready for Photoshop World next month.
That's right, the last day of next month.
Yep.
All right.
We're getting there.
All right, well, let's go. We're going to dive in and look at some of our critiques. The first one we're looking at here, and we have a bunch. I don't know how many we're going to get to, but this one is from Ethan Weddings.
Mm-hmm.
And let's just take a quick look and see what we have here. And you got some portfolio. So Ethan, may I call you Ethan? Ethan. This isn't bad, and your photography's good, which is good. It helps if your photography's good. For me, and I know that a lot of editors would feel this way, but maybe not brides and grooms, the animations are really distracting. Like I start to look at a picture and I go, and it's gone. And I know what the idea behind it is. You get people to see more pictures. But can I tell you what? You've got some really nice photos here, but I think you're probably showing too many photos. Ethan, if I could come to this web page and you hit me with one big, giant, awesome wedding photo, that's probably going to get my attention more than a bunch of little squares all over the place. So that would be my critique.
That's mine on the homepage, especially.
Yeah,
it's too distracting. I don't know where to look.
Yeah,
I don't know what you want me to look at.
I don't know which one I'm supposed to.
Yeah, and one thing is it's switching way too fast. If
Yeah,
you are going to do that effect, you got to have maybe a 7-second. Long enough for our brain to process the image.
But if people can't stop the image, they complain about that. If they can't stop and pause on the one they like.
So it definitely simplify that. And I agree with you, like making it maybe full screen. And then maybe, like, of the images I've seen, there's probably 10 in there that really stand out.
Yeah.
And the rest of them you could kind of like put somewhere else.
Yeah, cherry pick your best ones. Stuff. Like the ones where you've got like people out like in direct, like bottom left corner's a really nice shot. I like the top left.
The top left, yeah.
Yeah, but like there was, I like the one. I like the one bottom right there. There's some really nice shots all over the place here, but they're surrounded by some kind of regular shots. So and see that the one that's black and white with the these what's it, selective color?
Selective color.
Actually, bride and grooms would probably really find that cool. Only photographers don't like that, so don't worry about that from that aspect. We'll pick on it as photographers, but your audience isn't other photographers.
The other thing that's going for me here is there's a lot of craziness with symmetry. Like there's no symmetry or nothing. It's kind of just,
you know,
like,
what? Also, did you just see decapitated bride? Watch right there.
Yeah.
Top right, decapitated bride. There's nothing worse.
I would actually, the portfolio is cleaner than the homepage.
Your portfolio is much cleaner than, I'd almost rather this be your homepage right here.
Yep. I mean, I think you got stronger images on your homepage than on the portfolio.
You do.
So, I mean, there's some of them mixed in there too, I can see.
Yeah. I think just cherry pick a little. Let's just really pick your best stuff.
And look at that space in between your text.
Yeah,
and
there's
then when
a big
the photo
gap.
starts.
There's a big gap here.
There's just no purpose for that.
So, you know, Ethan, and I'm going to say this now, but this runs through the whole thing. I'm going to bet, Ethan, that you subscribe to one of the Adobe plans, probably the photographer's plan, $10 a month for Photoshop and Lightroom. You also get My Portfolio, which is it's called Adobe Portfolio, but it's found at myportfolio.com. It is included with your monthly fee. They host your website. It's template driven. The layouts are beautiful. You can pop your images in there. You can have a new website tonight and not pay anything for it. Not for the hosting, not for the design. They're just a bunch of templates. Choose
well,
one
and you know
want.
what's great about it, because that's what I use for my site, is because I don't have a lot of time to really do it. It's
easy
all
to
web-based, and it's easy to update and easy to. It's kind of like that and Squarespace and SmugMug. They're kind of like in that. I would probably put Squarespace and Adobe Portfolio in the same category
because
they
work the same. They're
similar designs. I know with me,
and you can put it on your. You can put it at ethanweddings.com, by the way, too.
Yeah, I have ErikKuna.com.
Yeah,
so.
Eric. You don't say Erik the Kuna Man Kuna.com?
I do not say Erik the Kuna Man Kuna.
All right, when we come back,
when
we come back from the break, we got a couple little more news bits. We have some interesting stuff coming up and some fun stuff coming up. So that's coming up next. Don't go away. You're live here on The Grid.
Hey guys, Scott Kelby here. I'm on the set of my brand new class. It's called 10 Essential Studio Techniques Every Photographer Should Know. We're going to cover the gear you need. We're going to go through all different kinds of setups and lighting the background and doing flags and doing grids. And I based the whole class on this. A friend of mine bought a light and said, you know, I want to set up a studio. What are the essential techniques I need to know? That's what I cover in this class. I'm going to talk to you just like you're a friend. I'm not going to use a bunch of technical terms. I'm going to tell you just how to get the looks, just how to set it up. And it's really incredibly easy, quick, and simple. And it's only at one place. It's exclusively at KelbyOne.com.
Do you ever find yourself wanting to take amazing portfolio quality images, but feeling that the only way to get there is with a ton of gear and a huge production? Well, in this class I want to show you that that's not necessarily the case. We're going to walk around tonight with a group of friends. We're going to bring one camera, one lens and one light. And I'm going to show you step by step exactly how to get amazing portfolio quality images with simple gear, simple setups, quick, easy portrait sessions with people that aren't used to being in front of the camera. So join me for a night out with good friends and great photography in my new class exclusively on KelbyOne.com.
When you need a tripod that is compact, that is portable enough to take with you anywhere, one that is adaptable to any situation, that will prove versatile enough for any shoot, and is compatible with your other gear, giving you freedom to create your own perspective. Look no further. Platypod Ultra does it all. Visit platypod.com for more info.
This segment of The Grid is brought to you by B&H Photo, the professional source since 1973.
I'm not kidding. Juan just went, I said, how much time do we have left? Juan goes, 40, 30, 10.
We're not working in...
No, 40, 15, 10. I'm like...
exact time today.
Wow. Anyway,
we're working in very relative time.
Yeah, we are working. We're working in relative time. Couple little things before we launch on to more. The workshop I'm doing in China with Rick is sold out. So that's done. That one's gone. So that's don't come to China. However, on my Paris workshop, I have one spot left. I had someone have to cancel, and the surgery thing.
Yeah, and they go to ScottKelbyWorkshops.com, right?
Yep, go to ScottKelbyWorkshops.com. You can be the last person to fill the Paris workshop. Someone signed up this week. That leaves just one spot for Paris. So it's in June. It's after Photoshop World. And come to Paris with me. Now, if you want to go earlier, Serge Remeli is doing one in Paris as well. You can go to Serge's website, Serge Remeli. What is this? Serge Remeli Photography?
I think it's PhotoSurge.
PhotoSurge. It's PhotoSurge.com. He's going to go, I think, in April. And if you can wait a little longer, then you can go to there. To the Essence of Paris Travel Photography Workshop. Come with me to the fantastic Paris, where I will use a fake accent all the time.
With fromage.
With fromage. Oui. Anyway, it'll be a lot of fun. Mimo Madani is my co-teacher. He is a joy and a great teacher and just such a great person. You will love working with Mimo and I, and we're going to eat some great food and shoot some great shots.
Jeremy Scott says, I'll be there with you. I'm not sure if that's your workshop.
Somewhere.
It's one of your workshops or somewhere you're going.
Somewhere. Well, anyway, it's only 12 of us, and 11 of us are going. So if you want to be that 12th person, this is your chance, because someone will take it, and then you will not be there.
Oui.
And I've got some places to shoot. I've got some good shots. Not the same old places. One or two of the same old places, but they're so good you have to. But we're not shooting at the Eiffel Tower. We're not going to the Eiffel Tower.
Let's say you're not going to go to Paris, and you live in Indianapolis or Minneapolis. What would you do?
If you live in Indianapolis or Minneapolis, then you should come to my one-day seminar. I got a brand new seminar called the Ultimate Photography Crash Course, and that is coming up in Minneapolis and Indiana next month. I'm very excited. I'm as excited about this tour. I've been working on this thing nonstop. In fact,
I've been watching your slide or your slides and stuff, and we were working on your video for it, and it's really cool.
Oh, I'm super psyched on it. And yesterday we went and did a location shoot for some videos that I'll be showing during the day and stuff. And it's going to be a lot of fun. And I put the whole thing together based on if I had one day to show a friend and enough about photography that would really make a difference. Like they would go spend one day with me and they could see the difference the next time they go out and shoot. That's what this day is about. So, and it's 100% guaranteed. If it's not the best photography workshop you've ever been to at any price, I don't care what you paid, we will refund your money on the spot. So
there you go.
It's going to kill. All right.
Hey, before we get on, we got a couple comments from that follow-up.
Oh, yes, this is good.
So Alan's saying Stella Kramer's course on KelbyOne, Are You Ready to Go Pro, talks about not having animations on your website. So if you're a KelbyOne member, you're dabbling in that, you're trying to perfect this, go watch Stella's class.
Yeah, Stella's
really
brilliant.
Great input on it.
She's a professional photo editor. She's worked for big magazines, Newsweek, and Sports Illustrated and stuff. All she's ever done is hire photographers.
She's actually worked on your stuff, right?
I hired her.
Yeah.
I hired her as a consultant to help me with mine. Yeah.
Yeah.
And she's wonderful.
So Robert is saying transitions slow down page load times, which hurts Google rankings.
Yeah. So you want to obviously have people be able to find you via Google.
I mean, that's how most people find
Having
it.
animations slow your page down, and if your page is slow, Google penalizes you for that.
Yeah.
So there you go. All right, you ready to look at another one?
Yep.
Let's take a look at Digiscapes. Photography by Brian Jarvis. Hey, we do say people's names here because this is not blind critiques.
Yep.
These are non-blinding critiques. So we've got this one. This is the homepage. It's clean.
It is.
But there's a killer. There's a killer here, down at the bottom. There's not only is there just one random, but it's
not lined
it's
up.
not lined up.
That's,
All right.
That's what I hit Ron right away. It's like, can you get it down to 6?
Yeah, I would get it down to 6 for sure. Now, if you watch Stella's class, she's going to tell you to get it to like 4 or something. But you can get away with 6.
She's going to keep getting you down to where you've got 10 great images or 12 great images. That's going to be her thing.
Yeah.
I mean, and that's really, if you look at it, that's where people end up. When you're really good and you're really, 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 really good, you're down to like the cream of the crop.
All right, so figure it this way, guys. Everyone that's listening, so if you were to go look up a photography agent, right? And you can do this. Just go to Google and say photography agent New York City, because that's where they all are. Go to and look at an agency. They're going to show you, here's the 6 or 8 or 10 photographers that we represent. Click on one of their galleries. Are you going to see 50 photos?
No.
You're going to see, what, 8, maybe 10? That's enough
12's at the
for people to
most.
spend big money on a photographer. They only need to see 8 or 10 or, oh, I see what they do. Maybe 12.
Yeah.
I don't know if you're going to see much more than 12. And these are big agencies representing the top photographers, and you're going to see maybe 12 or 14 of their shots.
And let's be honest, though, we all struggle with this.
Oh,
we
yeah.
all struggle with this. That's why you hired somebody.
Yeah.
I mean, I struggle with this too. I got to totally every time just chop, chop, chop.
Now we've been going pretty much by the limit in any individual portfolio should be about 20 to 24 images maximum. And if you ever, this is, it's a really interesting thing to do, and I've done this so many times, is to be with somebody else and watch them go through your portfolio. They're never going to get to the end of any gallery. You can put 24, they're going to look at the first 10. So if we were to go here and click on fauna here, or flora.
And now you're putting a step in between.
No, a step in between.
Just put your best stuff right there.
Just put your stuff right there. Don't make me go, click once. Oh, I wanted to see flowers. No, which kind of flowers do you want to see? Color or black?
I don't mind if it's like one deep, but don't go too deep.
Oh, no. All right, let's see what we got. Way too many flowers. Yeah. Our recommendation would be cut the number of flowers down. First off, put your black and white and your color together. You can group your black and white together within here. You could have a bunch of color. You could, smartly move to black and white.
Well, you can get it down too, because if you look at it, you have a lot of photos that are the similar tones
like these
or
two.
genres.
Look.
Yeah, I mean, I think that actually is the
same
image.
photo cropped.
But they're similar images that you can go, look at, I'm just going to pick one
Pick
out
the
of
best
those
one.
similar images, and I'm going to roll with that
Like, do
one.
we really need this
That or
purple
that.
tulip and this purple tulip?
Yeah, just pick one.
Pick a tulip. Yeah.
I'm preaching myself here. I haven't spent enough time doing this.
All right. So I would definitely cull down the number. I would get rid of this second page.
You know, it's funny. I actually do this more on Instagram than I do on my own anymore.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous. Now,
All
I'll
right.
tell you this. That sunset's awesome.
Oh, his sunset portfolio, we took a look at it right here on the break, and the sunsets are beautiful.
Like you're definitely waiting for the sunsets, or
yeah, these are gorgeous sunsets.
Your sky is very cool.
So there you go.
So Jerry has a question. He's asking, how often do you update the photos on your webpage?
So Gary, I would say this, or Jerry, I'm sorry, it's Jerry, not Gary.
Yeah.
Jerry, I would say this. You shouldn't update the photos on your webpage unless you've done something that's better than what's already there.
Oh yeah, that's good.
So if you have 24 images and you take a really good one, I would go and just say, all right, what's the weakest one? And put this new one in. And it sounds easy. It's harder than you think. Because what happens is you're used to seeing your old photos and they all look bad. So then you take a new photo and because it's new and fresh, it looks better than everything in your portfolio. Yeah. But you do, it's a bit of a skill. You have to kind of take a moment and you really have to, But anyway, to answer that question, that's what I would do.
I will say too.
Is it okay to have?
I don't do it enough.
I don't do it enough either. Is it okay to have multiple sections? It's okay to have multiple categories, unless you're trying to get work. Like, for example, if you are a wedding photographer that also shoots automotive and you shoot flowers, no problem having all three, unless you're trying to get someone to hire you for any one of those three. Nobody wants to go to a website and hire someone who's a part-time automotive photographer and a part-time flower photographer and a part-time. You're not full-time at any one of these.
If you're trying to get hired, have a separate website. John Doe Weddings, John Doe Automotive, just come up with different things.
Right.
If you're trying to get hired.
All right. So that's our review of Digiscapes. We're going to take a look at, look at this one. Ooh, look at this one.
And why did you
Because it's got one big image, stunning picture.
Great image.
And they are and it's a nice Porsche. Yep. And they're in the, what is this? The dark woods, the scary woods, what are these called? The something woods in Ireland.
So how would you get to the next photo?
The links are over here.
Yeah, but
they have a wedding portfolio, portraiture, landscape. Let's go to portraiture just for fun. Oh, then they have fashion, pet portraiture, families, baby. All right.
But I see a previous next in the corner there, too.
Oh, you could go next and see what else. Oh, it's another car. That's not bad, but it's not that. It's not a bad shot.
They're leading with the right photo.
They're definitely leading with the right photo. That's a cool shot.
Cool.
That's nice.
Well, anyways, now we're getting into
we're doing photo critiques. Okay.
All right, so that's the homepage. The cool thing, big captivating image.
This is really well done. It's nice and clean. It's lots of nice white negative space around it. This is really nicely done. I want to look at the wedding stuff because it's up top. So I got to figure wedding or music is important because they're not alphabetical. We have kind of a cruddy. That's nice. Nice detail shot. Nice, interesting angle. This size of these are so good. Don't jump.
Don't jump.
There's a filter in Photoshop called Liquify, and there's a slider called Smile. Just put a little smile on her face. Yeah. She looks kind of upset.
Yeah,
it's not like it's a bad wedding day.
This was a bad day.
It looks like he's trying to kiss her, and she's like having a Me Too moment. Like, don't do this. That's not good for a bride.
So you did bring up an interesting point, and that is how it's all the stuff on the side. I'm not sure, actually looking at this, if you do have a style or you do have something that you do, I'm not sure what it is you do. I would imagine interiors, and like Scott said, interiors are your thing.
Interiors their thing? I don't know what their thing is.
Started with,
Yeah.
But if that's not your thing, it seems like you led with automotive, but it's actually the one at the bottom.
Yeah, you might have a little messaging issue here. Like, what is it that you're trying to do? Because you're doing it all. You're an interior photographer, a music photographer, a wedding photographer, a portrait photographer. And within the genre of portrait, you're a baby photographer and an engagement photographer and on. And then you're a landscape photographer and a ship photographer and an automotive.
I would say this. If you're all those things, do one gallery for all those things. Like, do like a one gallery for whatever you're on there, interiors, and do like your best interior shots there. Then music, do your best music shots. Don't have continual drop downs
Yeah.
with a bunch of photos.
Yeah, I think looks wise, I think your portfolio is aces. Otherwise, I think it needs a little organization. Now, it looks like you're trying to make a living from this, in which case you really need to go watch Stella's classes. And this day, by the way, was not about plugging Stella's classes, but Stella is a gem. Stella's at Photoshop World, isn't she?
Yep.
Stella is teaching at Photoshop World. Hey, just while we mentioned Photoshop World, if you're going, go get your rooms at the Hyatt right now. It's sold out last year, and we're almost sold out again. Go now.
Yes.
Get your rooms.
Don't miss out because that's a place to stay.
That's the place. All the cool kids are there. It's where Eric's staying, and he's very loose with giving out his room and leaves the door open. People come in and party.
24 hours.
24 hours. There's no sleeping.
Yep.
All right.
My daughter loves it.
Coming up next, we got some more websites to look at. So come right back, and we got some questions and comments. We're taking your comments. Oh, by the way, we're giving away like a platypod today, a book, some other stuff. The way you enter the contest is to leave a comment. Even if you just say, hi, everybody, at least now you're entered.
Comment.
So that thing.
This segment of The Grid is brought to you by Canon.
Make sure you don't miss any episodes of The Grid by subscribing to Apple's podcast app or iTunes. It's free, and we even have a special audio-only version, too. So sign up today.
Hey, we're back, Scott and Eric. Just want to mention, if you're in the Swingin' London area, and that's London, England, I'm going to be speaking at the World Modeling Convention, which is coming up here the 15th and 16th of June. I'm speaking on the 16th, and I would love for you to come out and hang out and meet you. Go to their website, which is WMC for World Modeling Convention, WMCLondon.com. And it looks like a really cool event. It's my first time speaking there. I am super excited, super psyched. No, I really am. I'm really excited to be doing it. I think it's a cool idea, and what they're trying to do is really positive stuff in the modeling genre. I think that's great and very, very needed. So come and check it out, and I'll be there. Look, there's me right there. What? Look, Joe McNally. What? Me, McNally. What? And other cool people like Paul Jones. John Paul Jones is the bass player. Anyway, it's at the Business Design Center, of which I know well. I love I've taught in the Business Design. I've done my own seminars at the Business Design Center. It's the best building.
Yeah.
It is the best building. It is just so great, and it'll be right there. So I'm very excited to go out and check it out. It's coming up in June, and I'm going to have a party the night before for my grid friends. So if you're a grid friend,
24 hours.
it's not a 24-hour. It's not like Eric's parties where you open a hotel room and a bunch of beer, and it's classy.
Classy.
We're gonna do it at a pub.
Yeah.
I'm bringing my boy too. My son's coming.
Awesome.
Yeah, it's gonna be great.
You guys have fun.
All right, let us move on and let's look at yet another. Ooh, this looks nice. Barker Images. Look at that nice pay. Look in the front.
Big.
I want my wedding photos to look like that. I can tell you my wedding photos do not look like that.
No, mine don't either.
That's really nice. You know what? Now, it does stink that you got to scroll.
Yeah, it's
The scrolling thing, but it's big impact. Big impact. Like, I haven't even looked at anything else you've done. I already think, wow, this is a good wedding photographer. Now, I may be disappointed when I click and go further, but you've already got me thinking you're really good.
It's really simple navigation at the top for a photographer too. It's you telling me everything.
Galleries.
I would.
All right, but you know what though?
So you couldn't get .com too, I'm guessing.
Yeah, but you know what? I would much rather. I hate when this digging in to get to there. Like, I wish the galleries thing popped down and said, and I could go right to the one I want.
Right. So when you hit
Because
galleries,
I
what
hit
happens?
galleries, it goes to another page, and you have
then they're
Disneyland.
Really small. They went from really
these
big.
are
to
really small.
I can't even tell what those pictures are. Like that one events. I think maybe I'm squinting. I don't even know what that is.
Yeah, I don't know
And
what
then-
that is. What is that?
Like I can't even see that.
Let's artificially zoom. That's probably a bad mistake for our
I
screen.
don't know.
Anyway, so
don't
let's
know.
look. Here's wedding engagement. That's a nice shot.
But if you would have taken me there, I agree with you.
Oh,
Drop
it
down.
scrolls. You know what, too? I would much rather click next and see a nice big picture than having to keep scrolling. We know people don't like to scroll. We know that. People are fine with swiping, but they don't like to scroll.
Yeah.
These are nice. You're a good photographer. Yeah, I like your post-processing style.
I did not. The biggest thing, my advice would be that page in between. It's doing you a
Yeah,
disservice
that's-
because you're
yeah.
taking your awesome images and big impact and going down to like something I couldn't even see.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That in between page.
This is
that's
killing you.
me.
It's killing you, especially. And if you say I have to have the second page, then you better make these big, and make them an
Yeah.
even number so you can have a row of 3 to 3 and not one weird one. Disneyland seems a bit out of. That seems like a personal gallery.
And if it is, you could probably put some of those pictures in your portraits or in your other stuff.
Yeah, put this for personal work or something, because I don't know if anyone's going to hire
separate it
you to go
out.
take a picture of them at Disneyland, but it looks like you're looking for work.
And if they do, make a site dedicated to that.
Yeah, yeah. Nice
That'd be a cool
photography though.
business.
Nice photography. All right, let's roll on. That's a nice
All right, big impact,
big impact.
but it is animating by itself.
And can you stop it by clicking on it? I'm clicking. I'm clicking. No. Oh.
So if you're gonna have an animation, well, scroll down. Yeah, no. If you're gonna have an animation, allow people to stop on it. The other thing is it's still too quick. Still too quick.
You know, this was nice and clean and really good, and everything I need is right here. And you go from having a nice, clean website to getting really busy down here. And then your form is on your front page. And it gets really busy and messy as you go. It starts off strong. All right, let's go look at portfolio. Property or headshots? Wait a minute. Property.
I'm guessing that's real estate or property. Yeah.
Man, everybody needs to go watch. You know, Stella, if you're trying to get work, and I know I keep pushing Stella, but Stella, all Stella does is get people work. She either gives people work or teaches you how to be a success in getting work. When I go to a page that's clearly weddings and I click on property.
Yeah. It's like very jarring.
It's like, what is this doing here?
like
if you want to be a real estate photographer, have a real estate photography site.
That is definitely a theme that's going on there for the people trying to, if it's a business thing, like
right.
Separate out your different brands and styles, because you're right. Nobody wants to hire a wedding photographer that shoots real estate shots.
Yeah, because it's clearly a wedding shot, a wedding site.
Well, but if I go to
recent
Portfolio,
weddings,
right? If I go to Portfolio, we don't even have weddings in there.
Yeah.
You have to go over probably to recent weddings to see wedding shots.
So, but where are your best weddings? Under galleries?
Galleries?
Let's go to galleries. Oh, these are client galleries.
All right.
So Portfolio, which would normally be your best work, there really isn't a portfolio of weddings.
And that's what you're leading with on the homepage.
All right. Yeah. This one you need some, this is another. Your website doesn't look bad. I think your homepage is a bit messy.
Well, it was busy once you started scrolling. That was your deal. Yeah.
But
and I agree.
Yeah. Make these sites simpler. If you want people to look around, make it easy. And also don't mix your messages. If it's a wedding site, wedding it.
What's that?
Click on portfolio.
Ooh.
Oh.
Well, you have a user experience.
Yeah, if you have to send someone an email to tell them what to click on, that's not a good design.
It needs to either mirror the drop down. Yeah, because see, like now I'm in your portfolio.
These are nice
wedding pictures, and that looks good.
And I wonder how few people get to see them, because when they hover over it, it shows me other stuff. Why isn't wedding there?
Yeah, I mean, wedding could just link to where portfolio links. What's the address? Yeah. Well, you have to click on that.
All right. Ed, I'd work on this one a bit. You're too good of a photographer to not have a kick butt website. This is not a kick butt website. It's okay, but I don't think it's doing you any good. And I would say that if anything, you're losing business because of it.
And if you are centering around that wedding stuff, those other portfolios are kind of confusing people to begin with.
Yeah, I would just put those someplace else.
If you didn't have a drop down, and when we would have seen portfolio, we would have just clicked on it.
Yeah.
Because there is a drop down, you went, whoa, what's going on?
Yeah. All right. You want to answer Leslie's things while I get the next one ready?
Leslie's asking, I would like to know how to alt tag. So if you don't know, so alt tagging would be adding text to your image.
Hidden text.
Hidden text behind it to tell Google what the image is. Like, what is this image of? Because people use Google to search what images are. So with Squarespace, and with Portfolio,
you can do them both.
Do it. I have it up in here, like on Portfolio. In fact, Portfolio also has, and Squarespace does as well, a search optimization category where you actually tell it what you want your title, what you want a meta description to be, what you want the page info to be, so it can report that. When Google looks at your site, it can report back to it. For the alt text, you just go right-click on it and hit Add Alt Text, and then you add that. And if Squarespace, I think it's very similar.
If you go to Squarespace and go to Google and type in Squarespace, how to alt tag images, there's a video, and it's really easy. You double-click on the gallery block. You find the image you want to edit. You hover over it and click on the little period thing, and then you add the alt text next to the image in the title box, and you click Save.
And on WordPress, it's the same. When you upload an image, you just, on the uploader, you put in the alt text right there.
Yeah, so
it just matters what you're on, but really the point being is usually when you're uploading or posting the image, it will allow you to alt tag it.
All right, Marcia Joe, you're on deck. Here we go. Here we go with Marcia Joe. All right, I'm going to tell you something I like about Marcia Joe's, and I've been on the fence about this thing, but I like that I don't have to really go very far, and I can see a reasonable amount of her work right there. The only problem is, if I had the choice between 6 big images or seeing all 6 at one time, I'm always going to go with the big images.
Yeah, well, yeah. I mean, it's just you start getting into a little bit of personal preference there.
Right. Hey, Leslie says, so have a portfolio after you impress people with one fantastic image. What I would do is, if you have one fantastic image, your chances of me clicking to look at your portfolio go way up.
Yeah.
Like, if I see a fantastic images, I'm like, I already think that you're a good photographer, and now I'm dying to see what else you've got. When you click the next button, yeah, it should be I should see more great images.
More great images of what you clicked on.
Right. So
That's
if
the
you're
key.
a wedding photographer or like this, like look at these portrait photos, right?
I'm expecting if I click
I'm expecting
somewhere,
where I'm going to
portraits.
see is more portraits.
Portraits.
So if I go down here, yeah, these are all portraits. And
Yeah, that's a consistent message.
yeah, but these are a little small.
Now, the view portfolio there, yeah.
All right,
Well,
portfolio,
portfolio's
let's
up
see
at
what
the
we
top.
got. Let's go to seniors. These are old people. No, just kidding. All right, high school seniors, obviously. Just way too many images. Way too many. 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 20, 21, 26, 28, 30. Just, you know what? Pick your best ones. Pick 15 or 20 of your best ones and ditch the rest. Because there's some really nice ones here, and then there's some average looking ones here. Get rid of the average looking ones. Leave the good ones. And let's see what they look like when you click on them large. See, I would, if it's me, I would rather go to click on seniors and this comes up
Yeah,
and I
just
can
scroll.
Yeah, and I can just
Yeah.
scroll. And I have slow internet and they're loading fast.
Yeah. It actually looks like Adobe Portfolio.
Yeah, this might be. Anyway, not bad. But it's certainly, you know what? Little images have little impact. Small images just, they don't rock. And so I would much rather see a really nice big image and let me look at the rest.
So it seems like websites were saying the same thing, and again, preaching to the choir, less is more.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because you know what happens? Like, and Leslie, well, I'm sorry, not Leslie, Marcia Joe, I'm guessing that these are your best images. Right? You put them.
You would definitely hope those are
Right.
your best.
And then as I scroll down, I get to less images and they're not as good. And your worst ones are here at the bottom. Why show me your worst ones? Right? Why?
I gotcha.
Yeah, I'd rather, whoops,
Just
there
keep
we
them
go.
At 12.
Yeah, keep them at 12.
Once you hit about 12, you would have sold me.
Yeah.
I would have been like, okay, yeah, get it.
Yeah. All right. So there's that. Let's go see who else we've got. We'll take a look at one.
Yeah. So they're saying.
You know what? We're going to jump
got
to
to
break.
go to a
We're going to jump to break. When we come back, we're going to look at some more images in just a second. Don't go away. It's me and the Kuna Man Kuna. The K-Man. Kuna Man.
Looking at websites.
Hey guys, welcome in the Netherlands. My name is Frank Dorhoff. I'm a Dutch photographer and we're in front of our studio. Now we all know about shooting portraits, right? Or shooting fashion. In our class on KelbyOne, we're actually gonna do one step further. How to add a little bit of motion to really spice up that shot. How to use water effects. How to use gels, how to use lens flares. Those are absolutely amazing. But also how to retouch those shots in a really quick workflow. But most of all, it's gonna be about lighting. It's gonna be about coaching that model. So why should you watch this class? Well, for the very simple reason. There are so many photographers out there. There are so many images out there. And you want your images to show up on top, of course, because they're more interesting, they're more evolving, they're more storytelling. There's so much you can do that is actually pretty simple. Instead of just putting a model in front of the camera, just change a few things over with lighting or coaching or motion, and you can really make a huge difference without doing anything else than just watching this class. We just jam-packed this class full of information about shooting portraits, and it's only on KelbyOne. You're gonna love it.
You know, as a kid, and I wasn't even a teenager, I came down that trail with my dad. So that experience of like going down through Little Yosemite Valley, dealing with bears grabbing backpacks, all that stuff, that experience is part of the photograph. Probably coming up on at least 100 visits to this valley in my lifetime. And still, I keep coming back. John Muir said this is the range of light. So range of light means, photographically, big expanse. John Muir was talking about the romance. Combining these elements in the photograph will take time. But I first want to experience it. So to stop, take a deep breath to show you how time evolved even in that short window and how light changed in that. So if there's anything that's going to improve your photography, it will be time. So to grow in your landscape photography, you have to get past that fear and realize that fear, okay, is from failure. But from failure is where we learn and we grow. So you want your landscape photography to move forward. You want to get better at it, push the barrier. Don't worry about the failure, the fear, because no matter what happens, you're going to learn. Your landscape photography will get better. You know, Ansel Adams, one of his favorite quotes was, somebody asked him how many pictures it take to get the great one. One.
This segment of The Grid is brought to you by Platypod, the world's most compact tripod base.
Hey, we're back. All right, we're back. Scott and Erik are here. We've got giveaways today to people that are watching live. We're going to give away my brand new book. It's so new, it's not even out yet. It's on press right now, being printed. Hey, wait a minute.
Yeah, there's a special.
There's a special. The publisher, Rocky Nook, is running a special on my book. It's called the Landscape Photography Book. It is for new landscape photographers. Go to rockynook.com. Use the code KelbyLand40, and I'm guessing you get 40% off? Yes, 40% off. That's a lot. And this is my brand new landscape book, and it's coming out, well, it's on press right now, so it won't be long. And it is for people who are new to landscape photography.
Yeah.
So if you're wanting to get into landscape photography, you're pretty new and stuff, it's not for pros. If you're a pro, don't get this book. But if you want to get really good, really quick, I think this book will help you.
So rockynook.com.
Rockynook.com.
So we got a question here. Robert's asking, how about just a regular website that isn't a portfolio? Just a place to display a good bunch of images.
Flickr. Robert, it's called Flickr.
That's what I would call Flickr.
Go to Flickr and throw a bunch of images. That's what Flickr's for.
Yeah.
Yeah, throw them there.
Yeah, but now so then that gets into looking at these websites. If you have a photography website, and especially if you're doing it for a business or to make money, that's where what Stella's talking about is so important. You're supposed to pick the best images. Your job is to get down to the best images, right?
Yeah, that is your job. That's part of the job, and it's on that new tour that I mentioned earlier. I'm talking about that. It's an important thing we have to learn. It is a part of the photography discipline. Is not relying on your clients to pick the best images. It's part of being a photographer. And people go, but that's really hard. Yes, it is. It's part of being a photographer.
Yeah, so being a photographer, that's your job.
All right, let's look at Jack's Pro Picks here on the screen. And they're doing some really good stuff, right? I do think this is an Adobe portfolio site. I believe it is.
It looks like it, yeah.
And
there's New York City.
And what's nice is, here's what I like. I've been on those rocks with you.
Yeah.
All right. I like that their thumbnails are large. Like these, they're large enough.
Yes.
And they used an even number, so you don't have one weird one sticking out at the bottom.
We got 4.
All right.
Yeah. Now, if you hover over them, is that different portfolios, or is that just 4 shots?
No, this is different portfolios. So these are cities, landscape and nature, flowers. The flower shots look nice. Very Melanie Kern Favilla. Oh, what nice flower shots.
Oh, what nice flowers you shoot.
And not too many.
Good.
Yes.
Yes, that was, I mean, that still is, look at how many images that was, though. I mean, how many images is that?
Want me to count it?
Yeah.
All right, 4, 9, 10, 11, 12, 17, 20. About 20 images.
20 images.
Plenty.
Scott did not even you went, oh, okay. But I do think that's the threshold.
Yeah, let's look at cities. That's about it. Yeah. 1, 2, 3, 7, 10, 16, 19. Oh, a little 20-ish, 24-ish maybe.
Lose one row there.
Yeah, you could lose a row, but still. Good photographer, though. I tell you what, their flower stuff is strong.
Yeah.
Look at that gator. Look how nice and big it is. Look at the impact.
I'm almost positive that is Adobe.
That's Adobe. Yeah, this looks like Adobe. But look what it's a nice template. Easy to put together. About an hour to get this up and running.
Yep.
Hey, by the way, just I don't know if everybody cares. I have a class on this at KelbyOne.
Yeah.
If you're a KelbyOne member, go watch my class on how to build your portfolio on Adobe Portfolio. I'll show you exactly how to do it. That's my favorite shot right there. It's Gator. Let's see. Jerry asks, I assume you can't sell images directly through Adobe Portfolio. Is it an acceptable approach to ask possible buyers to contact you directly? It's acceptable, but you won't get as many orders. I don't believe that you can sell through Adobe Portfolio. You'd have to link to something else, link to some other site to buy them. So, by the way, like Squarespace ties into SmugMug on the back end to fulfilling orders and stuff. So there are like,
which then ties into Bay Photo.
Yeah. All right. So yeah, that's for selling individual prints, right? All right. So
and
hey,
then you
good
just gotta
job.
think, like, how many times are you selling prints?
Yeah.
You know.
So Jack's Pro Picks, I think you have a nice site, and I think you're a good photographer. And you did too much post-processing on this one shot up here for cities. Sorry, I couldn't help myself. But the rest looks awesome. I love your flower photography. Yep. Very nice. Let's look at a couple more real quick. Oh, this looks good. This looks pro. Nice big photos. Strong people.
Well, and it only gives me
good photographer.
Two things to really do. I can either view your portfolio or go to a blog.
Yeah.
Which I think really is cool.
I think this is good. And I got your message over there. And you know what? You don't need so much message over here because you're sending a big, that looks like me. You can't tell because I always have a shirt on.
It's good photos.
You can ask Eric. Eric, does that look like me?
Oh, yeah. Perfect.
Thank you. Okay. All right. Let's look at the portfolio. This person's good. Do you think this is an Adobe?
I don't know. It looks like it might be, or it might be something very similar.
Good stuff. Hey, let's click on athletic implied nudes. Nah, just kidding. Okay, Mark, good job. Good job. Good stuff.
Yeah, good stuff.
How about Dean? Okay, so remember earlier we were talking about, I can't remember her name, Mary Jo?
Yes, Mary Jo.
Mary Jo. And she had 6 pictures up here. If you're going to go with this small picture look, at least give me enough to where I don't have to dig any further and I can see whether you're good or not.
Well, especially you're saying for the homepage.
Hey, nice job though, Dean. Dean's a good photographer. Yeah, for the homepage. If you're going to go with this, go with it.
So that's the homepage. It's just a slew of images.
All right, and if you click on,
they go down pretty.
You click on
far.
a picture. They're not quite as big as a. Oh wait, is there any way to move to the next photo? Oh, you just click. If you have a way to say next or something, so people know, you don't have to make them. Yeah, but do you have too many images? Let's see, 3, 6, 8, 11.
Scroll bar. It's keeping on going.
Oh, too many images.
Keep on going.
Oh no! Oh no! Look. You got some good images buried down here.
Yeah, put your best stuff in there.
Yeah. Trim it down, but I think your photography website is pretty decent.
Got portraits and sports of the top navigation, but you're doing both on the homepage. Or is that portraits where I landed?
I don't know. Anyway, not bad. You're not in any as bad a shape as the rest is. Alrighty, let's say. Hey, look. So Jackie says, Jack ProPix is mine. I watched one of your portfolio critiques last year and incorporated what you said that day into what you see today, specifically around reducing the number of images.
Boom.
Yeah,
Great
that's
job.
a win. That's a win. Thank you. Thank you for saying that, Jackie. Appreciate it. All right, let's look at Peterson Photography. This is Moose Peterson? No, just kidding. Moose see a wedding dress, you know it's not Moose. All right. I like the big size. I'm not crazy about the auto thing, but it's not, they're up here long enough. It doesn't bother me. This is extra couple of seconds does help. And look, you got scroll bar. I mean, a little thingies here.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, and it's just rotating through the first few. Okay. Scroll down. What do we got? Some portfolios. Let's go look.
That logo is like over top of the.
Yeah, this logo over here that's going over the top of your photos,
that's just
right
kinda
over her face.
distracting.
That's not helping. You also, I think, you have too many images here. 3, 6, 9, 12. Whoa, 2 more. Too many. But not so super many. And load more.
Load more.
If I'm clicking load more, it's because you didn't sell me with what I got up here.
That's a good point. That's a really good point. Like I think that's what you're trying to drive home here.
Yeah.
Is with that many images, you should not have a load more button.
Yeah.
You should have sold me by now.
Yeah, but I'm like, I'm not sure. Like, I don't know. I better see more. I'm not really sure I like them. And you know what?
Because like even
the load more is
there,
less. It's less quality than your
or 4 guys in ties. Scroll. You got 4 guys in ties with blue shirts. There. Well, if you scroll down, you got it's the same 4
guys.
I just which one's the best? If that's even your best.
Yeah, the better stuff is not scrolling down further. Load more means these are the ones I didn't really want to show. Yeah, you gotta cut that number down, and you are trying to make a living here. You got your phone number right up there and everything. Yeah, let's cut this way down. Now let's look at real estate. Got to get rid of that. Same house from 6 angles.
Yeah, one shot.
Yeah, we're seeing a lot of the same thing today. Just simply people putting too many images on their site, and they're not big enough. We already saw that one. We already saw that one. All right, we just went with 6. This looks like a Squarespace site to me. Mm-hmm. I could be wrong.
It does look like it with the folder little icons. Yeah.
Let's take a look here.
Yeah, that's Squarespace. Or SmugMug. I think it's SmugMug or one of those.
What am I looking at? People and client images. Christmas with Julie, Christmas portraits.
Yeah, that's
SmugMug. You're seeing all of this of one family's
everything
pictures.
You've uploaded to that folder. So this is folder based. This is like way SmugMug does it, where you can have a folder and then it'll just pull in folders as you upload them. It's just there's just a lot there.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm not loving this. It's not about the photography. Let's click on animals. Then I'm getting another set of animals.
Yeah, like, well, that's the whole thing is if we were really to be serious about this, and I'm preaching, I'm actually really mad at myself right now, too, because I haven't done this myself enough. I haven't spent enough time doing this. And now that you keep on saying it, if you were to take that page where you've got that page that's up on a screen right now, where you clicked on animals, I bet you could find 6 to 20 great images in those
outside of those 6 or 5,
and just post those.
Not another set of galleries.
And that's really what's being driven home here.
Like, find your best bird shots.
Like, pull out of there.
Oh, there's a
your
lot
best
of
thing.
birds.
I mean, but there's a couple in there where you've got like a couple good shots. You got like one good shot mixed in with a bunch of other shots.
Yeah, like this shot here is like, what? But this shot here is nice. That's nice.
Yeah.
Got some nice simple shots. Nice.
Simplify.
Then this is kind of messy. Yeah.
So we got a question here from Erik is asking, with Adobe Portfolio, can you make it look like it's your website, i.e. noadobe.johnsmith.com?
Absolutely,
yes.
You can have it go right to your regular site.
Very easy, very easy.
Yep, very easy.
You just go in it, you tell it, if you're on GoDaddy or wherever your DNS, or wherever you're registered your domain, you tell Adobe Portfolio, done. Same thing with Squarespace, same thing with SmugMug, they all allow it.
All right. So Carla says, so does the My Portfolio app have a setup that you would recommend as the best? It really depends on kind of what you're doing, because and if you go to myportfolio.com, they'll let you see a bunch of other people's websites that are using Adobe, and you'll get ideas, because like for headshot photographers, they have ones that work best. They have ones that are product photographers that work best. If you're a wedding, they have some that work. You have to go look at them and see.
And once you organize it, you can also
change
switch around
with one click.
So you can switch around because they're very templatized.
Yep.
You know.
All right, let's look at a couple. We're over time, but let's look at a couple quick, and we're gonna have to run. I just like this photo here on the front page. So you know what that says, though? I don't know how good this photographer is, but I've already made a judgment. I don't need to look at 20 photos to decide, is this a good photographer? When you start with a really strong shot.
Yeah, you can understand that they understand certain principles of photography.
Yeah, you're like, okay, this is cool. It's a cool setup. It's cool lighting. It's a cool shot. I already like this photographer, and I haven't clicked on anything.
Like, I want to know what the story is there.
Well, let's just click on this one, and I don't know what's coming next.
Small images.
Well, those are well, that's nice. Mm-hmm. Hey, I was right though. It is a good photographer.
Good.
Ooh, I like that.
But now, so I can't even read it. What is on the left there?
That is
so
the
small,
portfolios.
I can't read it.
So that's lifestyle fine art portraits from Missoula, Montana photographers. And then this is architectural photography. All of them say Missoula, Montana senior photographer.
Maybe you're trying to load it up for Google, but that's the wrong way to do it. Yeah, you could do that underneath in your metadata.
You can do that in invisible metadata.
Yeah.
That is black text on a black background. No one will see it, but you'll still get that. Yeah, you could make this a whole lot easier.
With the Missoula, Montana, because it's just junking up the side. That I can't. Yeah. Again, I can't even read it.
Such a good photographer, though.
Yeah, great.
Really like your stuff. So nice site too. Dan Francis, headshot photographer.
Now, what's interesting is he communicated he was a headshot photographer without saying headshot photographer, huh?
Yeah, because he's showing nothing but headshots.
Yep.
And he also is a very professional headshot photographer. He's not, he's not a hack. You can see that he's a pro. And you can easily see, is this the kind of thing I want or not, real quickly. He's got a nice video.
24 headshots.
He's got
leading with
testimonials, yeah.
So if you click on one, like,
let me click on a really good one. Which one do I? This one's nice.
Big. Scroll left and right. You're showing 24 of what you consider your best headshots.
Yeah. I think your website works.
We told you, or you didn't even put headshot photographer on there, and we knew.
What's nice is I don't have to click anywhere. So there's goods and bads. I don't have to click anywhere to see if he's any good, but the impact isn't big. You're basically making this one big photo that says, "Here's everything I do." I don't know. I think it's doing the job.
Now,
so
I think it probably is, because if you look at this is then corporate. Or like actor type headshots. They're nice and all, but big. They're not like that last shot with the guy on the motorcycle. It's just not. So it might actually be a great way to present headshots.
But if you have one killer headshot, if you've
got the killer head, if you're full of Peter Hurley headshots,
yeah. That's good though. I think it's doing the job. All right, this looks like an entertainment photographer or an event photographer. And that's a nice big shot to start with.
Yes. I hope you're an event photographer, because you've led with 2.
Oh, I would get rid of those transitions, though.
Killing me.
Oh, those transitions are killing you.
Also killing Google.
And they're killing Google. Oh. If you notice the transitions, you're using the wrong transitions. You're not supposed to notice them.
It's almost like you went random on
this is if you're doing a really bad PowerPoint presentation, you're dying for a transition to help. But all right, galleries, let's look at portraits. Well, that's weird, because this
portraits, events,
pretty much an event. Oh.
No, that's what they started out with, events, but then they switched over to portraits.
Who is that? Maynard Ferguson? No.
The dog just doesn't say event to me.
This doesn't say event to me. Neither does the dog. Or be happy.
Mm-mm.
That's an event.
Yeah.
I think you could cull your stuff a little bit.
And you could make them a little bigger. Especially if you cut them down.
Yeah,
and then you could even make them bigger when they pop up.
I don't know what life light has to do, though, with like an event. An event would be a meet and greet, you know, at a corporate event or something. I think when you say events, I don't think people are thinking of a rescue helicopter.
Getting life flighted somewhere.
Or just a dog. It's a cute dog. Doggo. All right, we're going to look 2 more real quick, and we're done here. Oh, it's Mark Rodriguez.
All right.
All right. We're going to be, you know, anything we click on is going to be creepy.
Yeah, it will be creepy.
Mark is one of the most talented artists out of there, but he's dark, man, dark. He's making us.
I think personally, it goes back to his work would be it's the same thing you're talking about. If it was bigger,
Mark, your stuff is so good. It is
you're
scary.
Hiding it.
I think that Mark's afraid of someone looking at his stuff late at night, large, and they'll freak out.
But go back to the homepage. Like it's too small.
Yeah.
It's
Mark,
too small.
Your stuff is so
more
good.
Impact.
Yeah, this is really tiny. And then when I click on it, you take me to another one.
That's really tiny.
I'd say just pick your best ones, and then it should be a huge site, a huge photo here.
See, I'm not getting big enough.
Oh, I'm digging and digging and digging. This is a better homepage. Mark, if this was your homepage right here, this would be a much better homepage than what you have. All right, so look at this, right? Look right here, and then let's go back to his homepage. You have much more impact after I click once, then I click into here, then I click into here, and I finally get to some good size. And look at his stuff. I mean, his stuff is really, really good and scary. What's going on here, Mark?
Now, I mean, again, I'm starting to scroll too much. You could
Can I just see Mark's butt?
You could probably take that down.
All right, this is a note for photographers everywhere. We never need to see your butt. Ever.
So I think you're hiding your work in small frames.
Yeah. Mark, make your stuff big so people can freak out.
Yeah. See, like there?
That's okay. Yeah. You can still have big pictures and be a. So Mark had wrote a comment that said his site is not just about his photography, but it's about his art. Let's pretend that Mark isn't a photographer. Let's pretend that Mark draws. All he does is do drawings or paintings. Would I change? Would I say make your pictures small because they're paintings? No, they would. I would absolutely make them large. I would for sure. It is really about impact and getting to enjoy the photos and not having to keep clicking in and clicking in.
Well, that's the other thing too. You had to go, I think 5 clicks before you got to that size.
To the big size.
Like that should be maybe 2.
Like if this was your homepage picture, and why can't I learn about you and your art and your other stuff
like
up here?
Yeah, like it could be like in drop downs or something.
Mark, you're too good to have this website. You need a website that really shows off your work.
Nick, that's a great image.
That is a great image. Click on any of them; they're great images.
Yeah.
And Mark is the model for a lot of these, or almost all of these, right?
Yeah. I'm with you. It's hidden too deep.
It's hidden too deep.
But you could still communicate.
Oh, that's nice.
It is nice. It's really cool.
He's got a great sense of humor too. Look at that.
Well, now we're getting into the images.
All right.
So we like that size.
We like the big size.
And like communicating.
And you can still
communicate.
You can still put links and all that stuff up there, but making us dig and dig and dig. If you really want people to learn about you, don't make us work so hard.
Mm-hmm.
And that the homepage. Let's look at this. Your logo is bigger than 3 of your categories.
Mm-hmm.
So don't take it the wrong. We love you and we love your art. But when your logo is as big as 3 of your categories, it's easy. Mm-hmm. Go to my portfolio. Mark, make a kick butt one. And Mark, because you're already paying for Photoshop and all that, it's not going to cost you anything to do it. Go try it tonight. Just mock one up. It'll take you a half an hour.
What happens if you click into like one of those other ones, like what I draw?
What I draw.
I go into another. Well, see, that right there could have been just one thing, right? You could take that back. One step you could take out for people if you want to just take it out of this site, would be to add the What I Draw page. Just make that where I would go next.
Right.
And put that stuff, put the best things out of those 3 categories in the next page.
Pikachu.
At that size. That would be one right there that you could do in the current form. It's just don't add that step in between. That gets you closer to it.
And with this one, we already saw. We got through that batch.
All right.
Hey, I see Rampton. Rami.
Hey, Rami.
Hey, Rami. Rami says, shout outs to 2 of my favorites. He's up in Canada, and he says, I will see everybody at Photoshop World. Woo, woo, woo. Dan Francis says, cool, thanks for the feedback. Also, I have a book online option, and it's been working great. They can find a time to book and pay online. Very important. Yes, it is. Kimberly says, well, I know what I'll be doing this evening once the show is over, starting over on my website. Now that I have more knowledge on what makes a good site. Hey, now, Kimberly, this is our disclaimer. We're not the bottom line on this. It's just our opinion. But we have talked to so many other people in this industry. And Stella Kramer, we always look to Stella because she is kind of the queen of portfolio design. I mean, people pay her a lot of money. See, our advice comes for free. So you know what that's worth. Yeah. Stella charges a lot of money. Stella can charge a lot of money because she understands this at a different level.
And that's why I think a lot of times we did point to our KelbyOne class, because the information that you're getting there is very valuable. And that's why it also is paid. You know, you have to pay for that information. Yep. It is paid because it is very valuable information.
It's extremely valuable. And she goes into the sequence you should put your images. But regardless of who you talk to about portfolios, I have never, not a single time, heard anyone say you need to put 30 photos in there, 50 photos, 60. Never. I've never heard it.
I do think that's a theme here. And look back at Jock's photo, right? Who last time he said, hey, we saw Jock's photos work, right? That he said, from the last time I was critiqued to this time, I cut down my work.
Was it Jock's photos that said that?
I think it was, wasn't it?
Or are you reading that off there? Because he had a comment.
Well, anyways, it was one of the sites we were on, right? Who was it? Anyways, it was the guy from New York. The New York one. Anyways, he said that he cut down his work. When he cut down his work, we still saw his work.
Yeah.
Even though he had 20 images, and last time he maybe had 60, we still looked at it and went, that's a great photographer. It's just last time he had 60. And probably we went, there's a great photographer around 40 other images that are just okay. And that's where he did, just cut it down, down.
Yeah, that's part of the art of having a successful website. We know that little small images don't excite people. We know that clicking through and clicking and clicking and clicking to finally get to see your image the size that we wanted to see it on the home page isn't working. You know, it's like, which do you like better, a 4x6 print, or do you like a 16x20? We all like bigger prints, because bigger means more impact, more detail, and a better first impression. Well, let's pick some winners for our stuff. Yeah. We're giving away. We got great stuff to give away. Landscape copy of the landscape book. Got a winner for me, Christina. Here we go. Sunny, you just picked up a copy of the book, so congratulations to Sunny. We're giving away a Platypod. We're giving away a Max today?
I don't know, is it Max or an Ultra?
Which one? We're giving away one.
Which one?
What did we do last week? Okay, so this time it's the Max. So if you're not familiar with what this is, it is the ultimate support for your camera. You put a ball head on it, which we've done here, and it is a very thin metal plate that is sturdy as a rock. It's made of commercial aircraft aluminum, and it holds it like a boss. Everybody wants one of these. Everywhere we go, everybody's got these now. Are there any photographers left that do not already have a Platypod? Maybe. If you haven't, you might win. Who will win the Platypod, the glorious Platypod Max? Jay Stoop, congratulations. You just won a Platypod Max. And then we've got this book right here, Photoshop for Lightroom users. Hey, so a gentleman today wrote me and said, I just picked up your book, Photoshop for Lightroom users. He goes, I want to know where's the place on page 4? And I sent him back a note where it was. So this place right here. and that is St. Johan's. It is a small church in the Dolomiti, or the Dolomites in northern Italy. And I gave him the link to it and the whole. It's a very beautiful church. Cool. And you know how I found it? Google. Anyway, who wins that book? Kimberly.
All right, Kimberly.
Kimberly, you just won it. And I think Kimberly asked a question we read on the air. And the landscape photography. Did we do this one yet? We haven't done landscape photography book yet. We did?
We did.
Have we given away everything? One?
That was the first one.
2, 3. That's it.
Yeah.
We're all out of stuff. I'm all out of stuff. I'm so lost without you. Oh, sorry. I forgot.
All right. We've gone a little long on this show.
Yeah, this show's gone over like by 1 million.
It was good.
Was it, though?
I think the bottom line is just cutting down our work.
Yeah.
I mean, that's the thing. The other thing
it's
is
hard.
you kind of leave a story, right? So, you know, if you have 20 kick butt wedding photography photos in your portfolio and everybody goes, man, all their shots are good, it kind of leaves like, I wonder what they could do with me.
Yeah.
I wonder what they could do
when
for me.
you put those marginal shots in,
yeah,
like
they kind of
shots
go,
that are kind of. And if you're looking at your thing and you go, yeah, I know that's not that good, but I want to have a black and white in there. Don't put it in there.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, Eric, it's time for us to go. Juan,
It is.
You ready to go home? Juan can't go till the show's over. We make Juan stay to the end of the day. Thanks to Christina, Magic Juan, Jason, Good Show Jason, we call him.
Yep, Dark Request.
J-Bone, Dark Request. He's got many names. We'll see you guys next week on The Grid. Take care, everybody. Bye, Eric.
Bye.